Hello guys, welcome to a new Get Rekt gaming news video, and yet again I have some spicy news for you guys today. Today I have a Xbox themed video. We'll talk about Fable. There are some new rumors coming out for it, an update towards the development of that game, and I also have an update on what Compulsion Games is working on, so that is pretty interesting. So sit back, relax, enjoy, take a beverage, and let's get on with the news. One game we have been waiting for some time now is the new Fable. And I do think we have to wait for a little bit longer for this game. But I do have a small new update that could see and shed some light on the development now of where Fable basically stands. And there is this basically new article from Twisted Voxel that describes how the game now is in a playable state. Now, playable state can mean a lot of things. That can mean they just have a vertical slice now, or maybe the game is playable in a more complete form. So that's a pretty loose term, playable. I wouldn't take that too optimistically if I were you. But let's take a look at the details that we have now from Twisted Voxel. Playground Games Fable is now in a playable state. The Playground Games developed Xbox exclusive action role-player game Fable is currently in a playable state, according to a LinkedIn profile of Playground Games producer VJ Gale, sorry if I mispronounced his name. The studio's forthcoming reboot of Fable is now in a playable state. In his profile, Gale states that he is preparing and facilitating the regular game playthroughs of the game alongside build reviews with key shareholders. Previously, it was revealed that Fable is still using the studio's proprietary engine, and any rumors regarding a change of engine aren't grounded in reality. A rumor regarding a change of engine for Playground Games Fable had made the rounds on the internet some time ago. Based on the rumor, Fable had been rebooted internally, as the most recent build of the game had been deemed unplayable by most of the development team. As a result, the studio had allegedly ended up rebooting the development using Unreal Engine. However, this rumor isn't based on reality, and there is evidence to support this. However, a job listing for a level designer posted by Playground Games later revealed that the studio is still using its proprietary Forza Tech engine. Based on the listing, the new recruit would recreate a world locations that closely support the project vision using the studio's proprietary engine. Meanwhile, over on LinkedIn, a quick search for the people at Turn 10 Studios in against the keyword Fable revealed that there are several Turn 10 employees who have been working on Forza Tech for Fable, and they share engine equipment with Playground Games. That is pretty interesting. There were indeed rumors going around that Fable would change up engine midway development because there were problems. We do know Jess Gordon came with that Halo did change to Unreal Engine. I don't know why. I thought Slipspace, it was called, the engine for Halo, was pretty solid, especially for the feel, for the gameplay, but apparently content-wise it doesn't really deliver for a live service game when they have to have new content every season to deliver. But of course this isn't really a problem for Fable so far, because Fable is a single-player game, and once you basically have created the game, you can ship it and maybe make an expansion or something, or small DLCs. But that doesn't have to be on a schedule basis, which can have a longer development. But Forza is, I think, a live service game, and I do think that this engine, shall I say, the engine that's used for Forza is maybe more reliable for post-content than something that Halo was, for instance. So I just think this proprietary engine for Forza is more stable. So far there is no reason to believe that Fable is in development hell. Now, what I can see from this news, as in it's in a playable state, they are showing it off to key stakeholders. That screams to me more like a vertical slice, which I'm not really happy with, because this game has been in development for some time, and I would have liked to see more substantial stuff by now in 2023. Xbox has to just come swinging with exclusives now soon. We still don't have Starfield or Redfall. Yeah, I've spoken this speech so many times now. Beat this drum too many times. So Fable might be actually a game now that is taking longer than the other games. I do think Hellblade 2 is further along. Avowed is further along, luckily. It's not that Xbox will lack exclusive now for the coming time, but I do think Fable is not closely anywhere for release, and I do think it will still be maybe even like a year or two, maybe even before we see the release of Fable. So this might be, to be honest, a 2025 game at the earliest, I'm afraid. But I will keep a close eye on Fable if I hear any more updates, of course, towards the game. But it looks like we have a small update, which is nice. Then I do actually have another update to fill the lack of Xbox exclusives. The new game from Compulsion Games, they are also working on a new IP, codenamed Project Midnight, is also in a new milestone for the game, for its development. And this information comes from Crowbreel on Twitter. Let's take a look at that. The new IP by Compulsion Games, a third-person game, is in the playable alpha build stage. The latest release by the studio has been We Happy Few, We All Fall Down in November 2019. Indeed, when we go over to this LinkedIn art profile from this writer, where we scroll down to what she has done as narrative director, oversee narrative design and script writing for a new IP, collaborate with other departments to ensure gameplay and narrative are aligned, took the project from pre-production to a playable alpha build. So we can also assume now that Compulsion's Project Midnight is also now in a pretty good state. Most of the time, alpha means further than, shall I say, playable state. Most of the time when they have an alpha version, they do have a sizable game already, but they still need to probably implement some features and then do bug testing. So I do think Compulsion's game is closer by than Fable so far. So we might see actually, I think, an announcement towards Project Midnight. Maybe this year even, as like an announcement of that it exists, and then the release will maybe be next year or the year after that if development is really that in problems or is slow in any way. Now, what is Project Midnight exactly? There was this rumor that outlines from Jess Gordon. Yet again, he's doing a lot of great stuff for Xbox. There is some art design for how the game looks like. It's a little bit fantasy-like. We see this woman, black woman, with a fantasy type of like clothing. And we see this harpy character. I do think it's something like a dark fantasy-esque game. I don't know if it's open world or if it's just linear or anything like that. We do know it's very story-based. That's also of Compulsion's other game, We Happy Few. That was a very story-based game. And it's going to be fully single-player, so that's pretty interesting. And that's all we really know so far for Project Midnight. If I hear anything more on it, or if there are any leaks on it, I will of course let you guys know. Also, I quickly want to update you guys now that I'm talking with you on my last video that I did, which is the leak for Dragon Age, Dreadwolf, and you might have noticed that I have been listing the video online and offline regularly, and that is because to avoid copyright strike from EA. What I want to do with this video, because I already made so much effort on it, I'm just looking towards if other people would get copyright strike, because I do use the footage in my video and the screenshots. I've been watching YouTube on the same topics that also have the leaks in the videos to see if they get striked or if they remove their videos. And if I would see that, I would immediately remove my video. Of course, I know it's dangerous for my channel, but I'm kind of a dangerous person myself, and I do this a little bit to grow the channel, because this do give me more like views and stuff like that, and it does push me a little bit in the algorithm that I do have actual stuff to show. It's dangerous, of course, but so far that I've been monitoring this like situation and news on it, EA has not yet removed any of the footage online, which I do find weird. We are now 2 days later and still there hasn't happened anything from EA on this front yet of removing the footage online. I don't know why they leave it online. Maybe because it's just a pre-alpha build or something, that they are like, it's not representative, or maybe not a lot of people watch it. They think that maybe, but so far it's not been taken down, so that's pretty interesting. So I might just keep the video up, to be honest. That's a small update I wanted to give you guys, just to inform you. So that's all I have for today's video, Xbox news related stuff. What do you guys think of Fable still being some time away? It's just in a playable state. Let me know in the comment section down below. What do you think of that news? And Project Midnight from Compulsion Games, what do you guys think it will be? Let me know in the comment section down below. Thank you guys for watching. As always, like this video, that would help me a ton. Visit my social media in the description down below. And of course, subscribe to the channel if you want to see more video game news from me. See similar content I make, Xbox stuff, PlayStation stuff, Nintendo stuff, everything that's just big in the gaming industry. And I cover a lot of leaks. So hit the subscribe button. And of course, don't forget to ring the bell. And I'll see you guys in the next Get Rekt gaming news video. Thank you for watching. Bye bye.